Welcome to Narayana online digital classes. This is Srinivas chemistry faculty from Madhapur, Hyderabad. Today I would like to explain some basic questions on stoichiometry from Narayana material. Let us go for the questions. See here, vapor density of a metal chloride is 77 and its equivalent weight is 3. This is the equivalent weight of the metal. Then find the atomic weight of metal. So from vapor density we can calculate molecular weight as molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density. So 2 into 77, that is equal to 154, and the metal chloride formula we can write as MClX, where X is equal to valency of the metal. Valency of the metal. Okay. Now we know that the valency of chlorine is 1. Okay. So how can we write the molecular weight of the compound? That is equal to atomic weight of metal M plus X into atomic weight of chlorine. Okay. So here we don't know the atomic weight of metal, but we know the equivalent weight of that metal. Now we can take 154 plus, don't know the atomic weight of metal, plus X is the valency and atomic weight of that was 35.5. Now by knowing the equivalent weight of the metal is equal to atomic weight divided by valency of that one. So from this we can find, in place of atomic weight we can write X into equivalent weight. What is the equivalent weight he has given? It is 3. Now that is equal to 3x plus 35.5x. Okay, is equal to 154. Now how much it is? Yes. 3x plus 35.5x means that is 38.5x. 38.5x is equal to the given molecular weight 154. Now x is equal to how much? 154 by 38.5. So if you go and calculate, it is equal to 4. So valency of the metal is equal to 4. Now from that, atomic weight is equal to valency into equivalent weight. That is equal to how much? 12. Okay. So atomic weight of the metal is nothing but 12 grams. Okay. Let us go for the next question. Yeah. Potassium chromate is isomorphous to potassium sulfate. Isomorphous means, see here, what is isomorphism? Isomorphous means having same crystalline structure. Same structure as well as same valency also there. So the molecular formula of potassium chromate should be K2CrO4, in which both valencies are same. Isomorphous means valencies are same. Okay. Now the molecular formula here, percentage of chromium he has given in this problem. So we can calculate the atomic mass of chromium, right? So atomic mass of chromium is nothing but 2 into 39.1 is the mass of potassium plus chromium we don't know, I can take it as A, plus 4 into 16 is the atomic mass. Molecular weight of total K2CrO4, but we don't know the mass of chromium and we have to calculate it. Now, by taking this 2 into 39.1 means that is 78.2 plus A plus 64. That is equal to how much? Yeah, that is equal to 142.2 plus A. 142, 1 second, that is 142.2 plus A, okay. Now, how can we calculate the percentage of the chromium, okay? So, here percentage of chromium, weight of chromium, we don't know what is the weight A, by total weight 142.2 plus A into percentage is equal to 100, that should be equal to 26.78. So, percentage composition 142.2. So, now by calculating this, I will get the value of A is equal to, after the calculating of this, the value of A is equal to 52 point, nearly equal to 52. Okay, how can do this? So, this is the total weight 142.8. Now, percentage of chromium, how can we take it is? Percentage of chromium is equal to atomic weight of chromium divided by molecular formula weight. So, this is the molecular formula weight, that should be equal to 26.78%. Okay. Now, from that calculation, I am able to calculate the atomic weight of that chromium as 52 nearly. Okay. Let us go for the next question. Yeah, the vapor density of ethyl alcohol vapor is. So, we know that molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density. Okay. So, vapor density also can be calculated by using its molecular weight by 2. Okay. Now, what is the molecular weight of ethyl alcohol? What is ethyl alcohol? Here, ethyl alcohol is equal to C2H5OH, that is equal to 24 plus 5 plus 16 plus 1. Okay. 24 means 2 carbon atoms are there, 2 into 12, and 5 hydrogens, 1 oxygen and 1 hydrogen more. So, 29, 30, 46 is the molecular weight of ethyl alcohol. So, this is the molecular weight of ethyl alcohol. Now, vapor density is equal to molecular weight divided by 2, that is equal to 46 divided by 2. How much it is? 23. Okay, vapor density is equal to 23. Now, among the given options, second option is the correct one. Okay, let us go for the next question. Yeah, maximum number of atoms are present in. Yes, so generally the number of atoms are in the ratio of their number of moles. So, by finding the number of moles in each and every case, the one which is having more number of moles will have more number of molecules. But he is asking maximum number of atoms. Okay. So, how can number of atoms is come? Number of atoms is equal to number of atoms in a molecule is equal to, yes, atomicity into number of moles. Atomicity into number of moles we can find. Okay. Now see here, in the first case 14 grams of carbon monoxide, 14 grams of carbon monoxide. Here atomicity is equal to 2, and what is the molecular weight of the compound? Molecular weight is equal to 12 plus 16, 28. Okay. Now 14 grams means how many moles? So number of moles is equal to 14 by 28. That is equal to 1 by 2, 0.5 molecules. Okay, these are the number of moles of molecules. Number of atoms, number of moles of molecules into its atomicity. What is the atomicity here? Carbon monoxide means, okay, carbon monoxide means CO, only atomicity is 2. So 1 mole of atoms are there, okay, in the first case. Now I am going to the second case. 2 grams of hydrogen. Yes, 2 grams of hydrogen means H2. Okay, so number of molecules, number of moles of molecules I am going to calculate here. Weight by molecular weight, that is equal to 1. So how can we find the number of atoms in here? 1 into atomicity 2. For this atomicity is equal to 2 atoms are there in each molecule. So 2 moles of molecules are there. Okay, 2 moles means 2 into Avogadro number. Here 1 into Avogadro number atoms are there. Now coming to the third case, 11.2 liters of nitrogen at STP. Generally 22.4 means 1 mole. 11.2 liters means this is half mole. Okay, as we know. Nitrogen means atomicity 2. So number of atoms is equal to 1 by 2 into atomicity 2, that is equal to 1 into Avogadro number here. Now coming to the fourth case, 1.5 gram atoms of helium. Gram atom, helium, 1.5 gram atom means 1.5 mole. Okay, so helium means atomicity is 1. So number of atoms is equal to 1.5 into Avogadro number, because atomicity is 1, it is monoatomic gas. Now what is the question? Maximum number of atoms are present. In first case we have only 1 into Avogadro number, in second case 2 into Avogadro number, in third case we have 1 into Avogadro number, in fourth case we have 1.5. So in second case we have maximum number of molecules, that is 2 into Avogadro number of atoms are there. Okay, let us go for the next question. Yeah, the number of atoms in 0.04 grams of magnesium will be. So generally 0.004 grams of magnesium. Okay, so what is the atomic weight of magnesium? Atomic weight of magnesium is equal to 24 grams, gram atomic mass. Okay, so if it has 24 grams, that is equal to 1 mole. So 1 mole means it contains Avogadro number. So if the mass is 24 grams, it contains 6.02 into 10 power 23. But we have only 0.04 means I can write it is 4 into 10 power minus 3. So how many are there? So number of magnesium atoms is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 3 into 6.02 into 10 power 23 divided by 24. Okay, so 6 times approximately 1 cancelled, that is equal to approximately equal to 10 power 20. So which one is correct among these? Approximately 10 power 20. Third option is the correct one. Let us go for the next question. Yeah, Number of atoms in 55.85 gram iron. So atomic weight of iron is atomic weight of iron is nothing but 55.85 grams. Okay, if we take atomic weight of substance, it contains 1 mole of atoms. Okay, so 55.85 contains 1 mole of atoms. 1 mole means nothing but, okay, 1 mole means nothing but Avogadro number of atoms. Okay, Avogadro number of atoms. So Avogadro number of atoms means 6.023 into 10 power 23. So among that, the first one, twice that of 60 grams of carbon. 60 grams of carbon means how many number of moles? Means number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight, that is equal to how many moles? 5 moles. 5 moles means 5 into Avogadro number. So this is the not correct option. 6.023 into 10 power 20. Avogadro number means how many it is? 6.02 into 10 power 23. So it is also not correct. So coming to here, half that in 8 grams of helium. So 8 grams of helium means how many number of moles are there? Given weight by molecular weight, 8 grams, half that in 8 grams. So here 2 moles. In among the 2 moles, half means only 1 mole. So 1 mole means it contains Avogadro number. So number of atoms in 58.8 grams is same that of half that in 8 grams of helium. So it is the right option. So that was wrong. 558.8 is not correct. Okay, because we have only Avogadro number of atoms in 55.85 grams, because that is equal to 1 mole. Okay, let us go for the next question. Yeah, 1 molecule of CO2 contains, see here, 1 mole of CO2. In CO2 generally carbon and oxygen are present. So if you take 1 mole of carbon, it contains 1 mole atomicity, 1 mole of carbon atoms are present, and 2 moles of oxygen atoms are present, big atoms. Okay. Now this is, we can also call it as 1 gram atom of carbon, here 2 gram atoms of oxygen, 2 gram atoms of oxygen. So 1 gram atom means that is how many number of carbon atoms are there? 6.02 into 10 power 23. Here how many number of oxygen atoms are there? 2 into 6.02 into 10 power 23 atoms are there, oxygen atoms. Now 3 gram atoms of CO2 means that is not called as a gram atom. CO2 molecules, 1 mole of CO2 contains how many CO2? So it is meaningless. So 6 into Avogadro 10 power 23 oxygen atoms. So generally how many oxygen atoms are there? 2 into 6.02 into 10 power 23. So that is not also. So while coming to the carbon, 1 mole means Avogadro number. So Avogadro number of carbon atoms. Okay, is it clear? Now let us go for the next question. When equal masses of methane and sulfur dioxide are taken, then the ratio of their molecules. Always the molecules are in the ratio of their number of moles, always their number of moles, not masses. Okay, so what are those? Methane and sulfur dioxide, methane and sulfur dioxide, equal masses. So I am taking 1 gram each, 1 gram each, or x grams, whatever it may be. So the ratio of their molecules, number of moles of methane by number of moles of SO2 The molecules are in the ratio of their number of moles, so I would like to take the ratio of their number of moles. How can we find the number of moles? Given weight of the compound by molecular weight. Here 1 by molecular weight of methane is 16, 1 by molecular weight of SO2 is 64. Okay, that is equal to 64 divided by 16. Okay, that is equal to 4 by 1, which can give the ratio 4:1, or we can write it as 4:1. So among them, fourth option is the correct one. So remember, all the number of molecules are always in the ratio of their number of moles, but not in the ratio of their weights. Let us go for the next question. Yeah, the number of moles of hydrogen in 0.224 liters of hydrogen gas at STP. Generally, if any gas, 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liters at STP condition. So if volume of the gas at STP is 22.4 liters, then that is equal to how many moles? 1 mole, because 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liters at STP. Now it has just 0.224 liters, then how many number of moles are there? Simply by cross multiplying, number of moles of 0.224 liters of the gas is equal to 0.224 into 1 mole divided by 22.4. Yes, here I can write it as 22.4 into 10 power minus 2. So it was, otherwise it was cancelled 100 times, 10 power minus 2, that is equal to 0.01. So among the given options, third option is the correct one. Okay, let us go for the next question. Yeah, for the reaction, yes, here Fe 0.95 O gives rise to Fe2O3. Okay, yes. Here, what is the oxidation number? It is in +3, no doubt, but here this is 2 by 0.95. Because if it is 1 mole, we can take it as iron oxide, means see here FeO. Oxygen oxidation number is -2, then it becomes +2. But here it is not 1 mole, 0.95 mole. So that is why I am taking it is 2 by 0.95. Now, what is the equivalent mass of Fe 0.95O? So regarding that, equivalent mass can be calculated by using equivalent weight of Fe 0.95O is equal to molecular weight by N factor. N factor here is nothing but change in oxidation number. So N factor is nothing but change in oxidation number, 3 minus 2 by 0.95. Okay, how much it is? If we calculate this, we will get 0.85. This is the N factor, and the equivalent weight is nothing but molecular weight divided by 0.85. If M is the molecular weight, then it becomes M by 0.85. So among the given options, the first option is the correct one. Okay. So this is change in oxidation number. 3 minus, what is the oxidation number here? If it is 1 mole, then that is definitely +2, but it is not 1 mole, it is 0.95 moles are there only. That is why I took like that. Okay. Yeah. Let us go for the next question. N factor of barium manganate, barium paramanganate. In acidic medium, generally manganese comes to +2 oxidation state. In acidic medium, manganese. In permanganate ion, it has plus 7 oxidation number, and from here to here, yes, how many units are changes? 5 electrons are changes here. So n factor is nothing but the total change in oxidation number for one molecular formula unit. So here in one formula molecular unit, how many manganese atoms are there? 2 manganese atoms are there. For each one, change in oxidation number is 5. So n factor is 10. For each manganese, 5 electrons were transferred. Change in oxidation number is 5 units. So in one molecular unit, we have 2 manganese atoms. The total change becomes 2 into 5, 10 units. Okay. Let us go for the next question. Yeah. 1 gram of metallic chloride was found to contain 1 gram of a metallic chloride found to contain 0.835 grams of chlorine, and he has given the vapor density also. Okay. If molecular formula is MXCl(Y), then we have to find what is X plus Y. Right. So 1 gram of metallic chloride found to contain. So now I would like to calculate the weight percentage of chlorine. Weight of chlorine divided by weight of metal chloride MXCl(Y) is equal to, what is the ratio here? Weight of chlorine how much? 0.835 divided by 1. This is the ratio of the chlorine in that compound. That ratio should be same as we take the total molecular formula unit. Now here X is equal to valency of chlorine, and we know that is equal to 1. Y is equal to valency of metal, and we don't know, we have to find that. Now I am going to find that formula becomes MCl(Y). Okay. So now from given this vapor density, I am going to calculate the molecular weight. The ratio molecular weight is equal to molecular weight of this metal chloride is equal to 2 into vapor density, 2 into 85.5, that is equal to how much? 171. Okay. Now this is the ratio of that one. The ratio, how can we find? Weight of chlorine means in one molecular formula Y units of chlorine is there. So Y into weight of chlorine divided by 1 total molecular weight. This is the ratio of chlorine in the total compound. That should be equal to 0.835. Okay. So we don't know Y here. So Y into, what is the atomic weight of chlorine? 35.5, and the total molecular weight of the compound is nothing but 171, that is equal to 0.835. Now from here we can calculate Y by calculating that Y 0.35.5 is equal to 0.835 into 171 by 35.5, will get, that is 4. And from this we can know that X is equal to 1. Now Y is equal to 4. So what is X plus Y? X plus Y is nothing but 1 plus 4, that is equal to 5. Okay. What is X plus Y here? 5. So percentage I am taking here, weight percentage of chlorine in that compound. And in the given data, I am calculate that weight percentage exactly. That should be equal to the total weight percentage of chlorine in that total compound. Okay. From that I am able to calculate this. Yes. Let us go for the next question. Yeah. How many number of moles of glucose are present in 540 grams of glucose? So number of moles, as we know, that can be found by using the formula given weight of the compound by molecular weight of the compound. So what is that molecule? Glucose. What is the formula? C6H12O6. So molecular weight that compound is equal to nothing but 180 grams. Okay. Now he is asking how many number of moles of glucose. So number of moles of glucose is equal to given weight by molecular weight of the glucose. So what is the given weight? In 540 grams he has asking. So 540 divided by 180, that is equal to 3 moles. So how many moles are there? Here, how many number of moles? 3 moles of glucose. 3 moles of glucose is present. Okay? Yes. Let us go for the next question. The empirical formula of a compound, say empirical formula of compound was given CH2O, and the molecular weight of the compound he has given molecular weight is equal to 19. Now, how many number of empirical formula units, number of empirical formula units is equal to molecular weight divided by empirical formula weight. Okay, molecular formula weight is 90. What is the empirical formula weight? 12 plus 2 plus 16. How much it is? It is 30. So, what is that? 3. So, number of empirical formula units is 3. So, what is the molecular formula? Molecular formula is equal to empirical formula we can take 3 times. So, that becomes C3H6O3 is the molecular formula of the compound. Okay, yes. Let us go for the next question. Yeah. What volume of CO2 is obtained at STP by heating 4 grams of CaCO3? Okay. So 4 grams of what happened when a carbonate was heated, that was liberates CO2. If you take 1 mole of, as per the equation CaCO3, 1 mole of CO2 was released. So 1 mole of Ca3, as he has given the weight of that CaCO3, 1 mole means the molecular weight of CaCO3 is 100 grams, and volume regarding CO was asked, so I am changing the number of moles into volume. So 1 mole of any gas at STP conditions occupy how much volume? 22.4 liters at STP. Now just he has heated 4 grams, then how much volume was released? So volume of CO2 at STP released is equal to 4 into 22.4 divided by 100. Okay, yes, it is 25. So 22.4 by 25 liters. Okay, then you calculate that. Yes. So this is the end of the session. Thank you so much.